I thought if we ever broke up, I would feel this tremendous sense of relief. I could go back to being myself. But something happened. I fell in love with you or something. And I stopped being a loner.
Dylan, I think that's wonderful.
I think it's terrible.
You can look the other way once, and it's no big deal. Except it makes it easier for you to compromise the next time. And pretty soon, that's all you're doing is compromising because that's how you think things are done.
It's the Al Travis Show. Our next guest, we've known her for a while as a senator. She's Senator Amy Koch. She is on the Wrong About Everything podcast. That still goes on, but the latest thing is Momentum Advocacy. Senator, thanks for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, Al.
No, it's our pleasure. I've been trying, I think the first time you've been on since what happened 10 days ago on Saturday. You were in this gang, 201 of you at any given time. You were there for quite a while and a leader of the group. I got to imagine this hit you differently than the rest of us. I've been saying that if it happened in Phoenix, Arizona, we'd all like, that's horrible. Oh my. And then we're going to look at the next thing. It happens in Minnesota. We're all affected. I had friends people I know on the show that maybe caught my eye more emails and stuff. But you live, eat, and breathe in this space and have for years. Can you tell us how you found out Saturday and your feelings on it?
Yeah, for sure. Minnesota political world is a very small world, and I've been around for a long time now. I was elected in 2005. So was Representative Hortman. Melissa Hortman and I were elected the same year, so we're the same class. And also, even smaller class is this class of women leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Melissa Hortman is the third Speaker of the House. I was the first Senate Majority Leader. There's only been three women, and there's four speakers women. So it's very tiny club of seven that have been these leaders. So I watched her and it strikes harder now. And then also having served and working with people and Senator Hoffman, it's just, I can't, it's devastating. Right. And it's also terrifying because so many other friends, were stalked. He had notebooks. He sat outside homes, and purely for political. Right? There's no reason. It's not. These were not. They were not targeted for anything except for their politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so.
So how did you find out? Give me the rundown.
Yeah. So I actually got a tweet at about 5 a.m. From there's a Minneapolis Crime Watch.
Okay, that's where I saw it.
Yep. So at about 5 a.m., they sent the tweet. And so for me and for my team, it's easier to figure out, right? They just talked about a state rep, and then they talked about state rep
in the area
in Brooklyn Park, and then they talked about a state rep in Brooklyn Park and a senator in
But excuse me,
and so
are you up at 5 a.m. looking at your tweets? I got somebody as soon as I woke up, I don't know, I get up at 5:30. Someone had sent me that tweet. I'm not generally on. Yeah. You're up at 5 and checking tweets?
No, somebody sent me the tweet. Same thing.
Okay.
Somebody from my team, sent a tweet.
All right.
And so then we knew right away, right? It was Hortman and Hoffman. We could know right away. And then the reports on that were bad, right? Like even just the radio back and forth, you could tell, oh my goodness, this is serious. Could never have imagined how serious. Like it did not occur to me until about, I don't know, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, when I have friends on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
And one of my good friends on the left texted and said that Mark and Melissa are dead. And I just stared at it. I was like, what? Like, what? But I knew it was right. Yeah. I knew he would know.
The sources were good, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was it. And then it was waiting to see what's going to happen with Senator Hoffman, with John and his wife Yvette, and just a lot of stunned. I was in Iowa at the time. I'm seeing my boyfriend, my fiance now.
Congratulations!
Thank you. There's a lot of light in the world too, Alan.
Yeah.
You got to.
There is. Right? Let me ask you this though: the number of people you text back and forth, and then it's the little nugget. Someone says, this happened, and then you share that with some friends. You must have been on your phone the entire day. I mean, texting or whatever, right?
A lot of the day. I was, like I said, I was at a golf tournament. I was trying to also, be in that. Oh, but you couldn't My boyfriend was very sweet. He knew
It's
I'd
your
need to be watching
fiance.
my
Your fiance.
fiance.
Let's get the change the verbiage here.
Okay, but he knew I wanted to
Yeah.
watch TV, and when I need to watch the news, we watch the news, and when I needed a break from the news, we
Yeah.
watch something else. But you're worried, you're terrified, and then the story started coming in that he sat outside other people's homes, and
Yeah.
that senator, and that
Yeah.
representative, and it was so very real. And I think about when I was leader. I never, Al, my address was on the everywhere. You could have found me in a second. It never
Yeah.
even occurred to me to not. And so it's scary.
Well, and it is, and things have to change in the political people's world. In that we've had two. I read one from Senator Abler, and I had Senator Howe on the program right after, and asked
Oh,
him how he found out. And a cop drove to his door, knocked on it
right.
at whatever time in the morning, said, "Hey, there's something going on. People are dressed as a cop and knocking on the door." And he thought to himself, "I just did the same thing. I walked up to my door, saw a cop, and I opened it." Both Abler and him both said they did that. I don't know of a human that wouldn't, but we have to change that. We have to change that mentality.
Of course you would. We have we have to change it, right? Of course, I would have answered the door too. It would not, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, and somebody's pounding on the door in a uniform, and you're
Yeah,
waking up bleary eyed. You're at such a vulnerable state.
yeah,
This evil person, knew exactly what he was
yeah.
doing, and it was ugh, horrible.
So, out of curiosity, and I say this with just all due respect in the world, I'm very happy that the Hortmans, their dog, they're lying in state today, noon to 5. I know that's going to be weird for some folks who get this later in the day, but noon to 5, and then Saturday is a private friends and families
Funeral.
funeral. What do you suggest average? I think you guys aren't average. The rest of the world should do. What do we do for the Hortmans, for the Hoffmans? I mean, I know she liked the canine thing. I'm not opposed to giving you the canine thing. How many flowers can the Capitol hold? And then what happened? I'm stuttering because I'm thinking of my own dad and what would be better than
What's
not.
your
What do you suggest a regular Minnesotan do today or tomorrow? I mean, say a prayer. What do you suggest they do to help?
right? So I say a prayer, right, and you
Okay.
remember the family and think about those kids who were so beautiful, by the way, in their
Oh,
statement, right? They said plant a tree, pet a dog. I mean, they were just like
I
floods.
get that. That's also smooth but so hallmarky. I'm not planting
Yeah,
a tree because then I got to mow
no,
around it.
no.
And
So here's what I would say. Here's what I'd
Okay.
like from people: take the political rhetoric down. Like, take
See.
it down 5 notches. I'm sorry. It isn't that you cannot have your principles. I do.
Yeah.
Believe in what you're going to believe and be strong about it, but don't turn the other person into the enemy. Because when you do that, and this is not, look, we all are guilty of it. I do it
Oh yeah.
too, right? Like, you want to say, oh, like you, because political rhetoric is so hot. And I'm not saying that by any means that most people that think about someone as a political enemy does
Yeah.
this, but this guy in his head was screwed up enough. And just when you make it about that they're somehow not a Minnesotan, or that they're somehow bad or evil in someone else's messed up mind, that can take another it can go a
Yeah.
very terrible way. And so
Yeah.
it's like, just take it down, folks. Disagree, be strong in your beliefs, but don't other the
I
people and don't
see
evil them. And oh,
that to me is so much better than planting trees and petting
yep,
dog. I tell you, we're on the program now. We've decided because again, I don't know if it'll change a lunatic's mind. I don't know that it can do that, but I didn't know, and I've met Hortman a couple times. I read all this stuff. I didn't know she raised service dogs and then had to take the one knucklehead
right,
Gilbert who was too happy a dog, couldn't handle it. So he's like, all right, we'll take him ourselves. You humanize people like that. It might be harder to make that call to do bad
right.
things. So on this program, every politician comes on. We will not start with politics. We'll start with the question of the day. And I'm going to
I
hit
love
you
it.
up with one because you're a politician and I'd just like to know this. One place you've always wanted to see.
Oh, one place that I always like to see. I would like to see the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. I've not been to Australia. My daughter's been twice. I never went. She
Oh,
went a semester of college, so I got to get to the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, see, and I had an uncle who went to Australia. I would always love to go to Australia. That would be huge. Barrier Reef, I tried snorkeling once. Hugely claustrophobic feeling I did not like. I don't know that would work for me. Maybe scubaing. I didn't like it.
I love snorkeling. I love snorkel. Oh, I love it.
But how are you for planes? And I mean this. My wife wants to go to Hawaii, but I'm not too thrilled about a 13-hour tube ride. And then Australia is almost 10 more than that.
No,
that'd be hard.
To fly. I love to travel. I love to be on a flight.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
right.
I love it all. I love the adventure of it. So, yep.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for being here. Congratulations. That's news to me on the engagement. Congratulations to him and you. And I thank you for doing the program today.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
all right.
We will discuss Clint more as time goes on, but we're out because I know you got to go. Appreciate you very much for coming on the show. I really do.
Thank you, Al.
She's Amy Koch
Thank you.
on the Al Travis Show.
Achieving your financial